Well, prophetic perception number 3, I'm going to focus mainly on social life, social groups. We can talk about cooperatives, we can talk about churches, talk about institutions, and generally the social environment of our globe. And I'm proposing to you a word here that I think will be used in the future. A word: soul groups. The creation of soul groups. Instead of cell groups, we have soul groups, S-O-U-L, soul groups. These are informal attractions of people of the same resonance and the same conviction. It's an informal attraction. It's not some registered organization. It's not a self-help group. It's not a church registered with a ministry. It's not an organization formally set up to do something specific, but it's a group of soulmates. And I want to propose that the people who have lived for themselves, who pay no attention to others, they're going to get into more trouble. We shall not be self-centered and self-serving anymore. We shall not have people who focus mainly on their ego and themselves. So, for ministries and churches, ministry mergers and collaborations are going to be the in thing, and they are going to be on the increase. I want to advise that if you're running a church organization or a ministry or a parachurch organization, that if you have two small churches next to each other, please merge, dissolve, and join one another before you both die. Because the small institutions close to each other do not make sense. It's only an expression of your ego. And the people who succeeded in 2024 onwards, those who will succeed, it's like I'm standing in 2030. The people who succeed in 2024 onwards are those who will embrace soul groups. It's a new understanding that the progress of everyone else and the progress of another person does not hamper my own growth and my own progress. That we belong together. The world will no longer run on your ego. People are becoming more conscious of their personal vision, yes, and they are becoming more conscious of how that personal vision fits in the whole. A lot of people are going to be more independent, yet connected. We shall be highly diverse and yet synergistic. We shall work together, but not band together. And I don't mean bond, I mean band. We shall work together, but we shall not band together. Forget this proposal from government about forming umbrella bodies and all this in churches. Those of you who are in church, forget umbrella groups of churches. That is overtaken by events. That era of umbrella groups is long dead. And I prophesy the emergence of spiritual growth centers to replace churches and cathedrals. Soul groups. I said that we are going to have spiritual growth centers of affinity groups and individuals that are not formal. People will be coming from work, from different places, and just finding themselves together going the same direction. That is what church is intended to be anyway. And I'm saying that those spiritual growth centers will replace cathedrals, will replace church organizations and church groups. Yes, there will be spiritual growth centers run by apostolic people. They will replace worship centers. Take it. I see the emergence of synagogues in place of churches. The synagogue system of worship will replace denominationalism. The most important segment of a synagogue, just in case you did not know, there are two important segments of the synagogue. One is the yeshiva and the other is the mikvah. It was education and conversion in one center. Things that don't go with you, you will have that feeling. That's why I'm calling these soul groups. You will have a soul attachment. So things that do not resonate with you, they'll just fall off by themselves. To not be like you're fighting hard to chase people from an organization. No, people will just begin to fall off naturally. You just need to do the right thing. You know, one time somebody taught me that how do you fight darkness? You see, you cannot fight darkness because darkness is not anything. In fact, darkness does not exist. Darkness is just the absence of light. So how do you effectively fight darkness? You fight darkness by lighting up the place. Yes, you just shine the light and darkness will flee. So there is a God that we connect with that purifies our souls so that our souls can begin to interact with each other. And people who have that same resonance are going to find themselves working together and going the same direction. The same applies to institutions and other groups and institutions of influence, colleges and whatever. Prophetic Perception 2024 to 2028.